Good morning, students. Today we are going to be looking at plane shapes. Some of you must have heard about plane shapes before. I appreciate your contribution on the page. Now, when we talk about plane shapes, we're actually referring to a flat or two-dimensional shape that is closed. Some people might call it 2D shape. Some of you might have been hearing 2D shape, 3D shape, 4D shape, 5D shape. When you hear 2D shape precisely, you're actually referring to plane shapes. It's a flat or two-dimensional shape that is closed. The straight lines that make up the shape are the sides. When you have a plane shape and then you have straight lines, the straight lines we refer to it as the sides of the plane shape. Where the parts where two sides come together are the corners or vertices. Now, when you have a sharp edge where two lines meet in plane shape, we refer to it as vertex. Now, again, we can say plane shapes are flat shapes that have more than one side. An example, you have triangles, square, trapezoid, and then some other shapes like that. Now, here you can see you have diagrams of plane shapes. There's a square there, there's a circle, there's a square, there's a triangle, a rectangle, and then some of you are familiar with this shape already. So in the course of our study on plane shapes, we're going to be looking at how to find the perimeters, the properties of these shapes, their areas, and more on all these shapes. So this is another diagram showing you 2D shapes. Here you have a circle. You can see a circle has 0 vertices and then 0 sides. Triangle, you have 3 sides, 3 vertices. For a square, it has 4 equal sides and 4 vertices. Now, properties of some plane shapes. Let's look at properties of some plane shapes. Now, here you have square. Some of you are familiar with square, that all sides are equal, as you can see, 4 equal sides. Then you have 4 right 90-degree angles. So that is, you have angle 90, 4 of it in a square. You have pentagon, you have that of a square there. You have that of a rectangle. Rectangle has 4 sides as well. But the difference between a rectangle and a square is not all sides of a rectangle are equal. And then you have trapezoid, hexagon. Hexagon is a 6-sided shape, and so on like that. So you can study the properties of this shape so that you can get to know them very, very well. Now, we're going to be looking at perimeters of plane shapes. Now, some of you must have been hearing perimeters of plane shape. When you hear perimeters of plane shape, what does that mean? What does that tell you? The perimeter of a plane shape literally means the measurements around the boundaries of that shape. That is, the addition of all the sides of the shape gives you the perimeter of that shape. If you have a triangle, for instance, the addition of all the sides of the triangle gives you the perimeter of that triangle. You can see right here, there's a triangle. The addition of all the sides, that is the A, the B, the C, the addition of all the sides gives us the perimeter. You have that of right triangle as well. The addition of all the sides gives us the perimeter of the rectangle. Now, the most important thing is the addition of all sides of any plane shape is the perimeter of that plane shape. So it's very important that you know that when you talk about perimeter. Now, this is an example where we have a parallelogram and a triangle. We have to calculate the perimeter there. For a parallelogram, you can see we have the sides. We have 4. That means the opposite side will automatically be 4, and that of 5 meters as well. And then to find the perimeter, all you need to do is to just add all the sides together. As you can see the calculation there, the perimeter is 18, and that of triangle, we also added all the sides together, and the perimeter is 16. Now, if you have any question on this, please feel free to drop it beneath, and then shortly we're going to take a class work on this. Thank you.